I wanted to know where you went to college and why you chose that college.
I went to Duke University, and that's because they accepted me.
What was your major?
I majored in English with a minor in film and video.
Was that always what you wanted to do, or was there any kind of other major that you preferred before?
I went in undecided because I had no clue about what I wanted to do, and I didn't declare until at the end of my sophomore year. And before I did that, I had gone through a couple of different majors that I thought I was going to major in, and then ultimately decided on English. So in short, no, it was not my first choice in terms of what I thought I was going to major in when I got there.
Do you have any tips or advice for people who are going into college or who are going to be like juniors right now or something?
Be happy. You have to spend 4 years there. Socially, I think you're going to be able to find what you want at any college. Academically, unless you're really, really specific, I think you should give yourself a wide range of options, and because you never know what might change, and ultimately look at where you're going to be happiest spending the next 4 years of your life.
What would be your advice for people who are like still struggling to find out who they are and can't find a way to like figure out what they want to do?
I would ask them if they knew what they wanted to do and how they could find out, to let all of us adults know, because some of us are still...
What would be some tips on finding out what college is best for you?
Research and visit. I can't stress enough, visit the school when school is in session. During the summer when not a lot of people are on campus, or during spring breaks when nobody's there, I don't think is a great indication of what you're getting on campus with the people there. I think go when people are there, see what you get. When I stepped on the campus at Duke, it was immediate. I didn't need to do the rest of the tour. I knew within 30 seconds that's where I want to go. Other places, as soon as I stepped on, I was like, this looks beautiful, but it's not my fit. And so I think that's what you need to recognize.
All right, thank you. You're welcome. Did you go to and what were you majoring in?
I went to Kean University here in New Jersey, and I majored in English.
Was that your original choice, or were there any other choices you had before that you preferred?
Well, English was my original choice, but once I graduated, I realized I wanted to be a teacher, so I went back to get my teaching certification.
What would be some tips or advice you'd have for students who are trying to figure out what college is best for them?
First, you got to decide if you want to live locally or if you want to live on your own for a little bit. I recommend living on your own. That's one thing I regret. So if you go away to school, you get the opportunity to be a little more independent, and you learn, a little more life skills, I think.
All right, thank you. And what were you majoring in?
I went to East Stroudsburg University of Pennsylvania, and I majored in English and secondary education.
Was that your original choice, or did you have any choices before that you preferred?
That was my original choice. I wanted to go to ESU.
What would be some advice or tips you'd have for students who are struggling to find what they want to do in college, or what college is best for them?
Sure. I think it's important for each student to realize what their strengths and weaknesses are. That's something that they should focus on when choosing a major. In terms of choosing a school, they need to choose if they want to stay local or if they want to go somewhere far away. Personally, for what worked for me was the school within a 2-hour limit of where I was living, so that way I can come home when I wanted to. And I can still see my family, but I still felt like I was living on my own and was able to live the life that I wanted to.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
What college did you go to, and what were you majoring in?
So I went to Rider University in Lawrenceville, New Jersey, and the program there for education was you had to major in education, but then you also had to double major in the subject you were going to teach. So I have a double major in education and in English.
Was this your original choice, or did you have any choices before that you preferred?
I had a couple of schools that I had thought of, but there wasn't really one particular school that I was like, this is definitely the one I want to go to. And it wasn't until I actually visited the campus and took a look around that I was like, okay, Rider is definitely my choice. So that was my first choice once I actually went there, and then I ended up getting in, so that's where I went.
What are some tips or advice you'd have for students who are struggling to find out what college they want to go to, or what do they major in?
Well, the first big thing I would say is, my personal experience was going to the school helped me to really figure it out. And there's a lot of students who I've talked to where they've said, this is my first choice school, and then they went there and they're like, oh, you know what, I don't like it there, I hate it. Or there was a school where they were like, I didn't think this would be my first choice, but then I went there and I loved it. So the big thing is, no matter where it is, make the time to actually go visit the school, because this will be your life for the next 4 years. And that has a huge impact on what decision you're going to make, because if you don't feel at home there, if you don't like the way it feels, then you're going to be wasting your money to feel lousy the next 4 years that you're hanging out there. And I would also say, as far as majors go, don't hesitate to go in undeclared if you're not sure. Because your first year, you're just going to be doing your prerequisites, so you're going to be trying a lot of different things. That gives you the opportunity to kind of narrow down what you feel like you want to do. If you're not certain right away, don't worry about choosing right away. You know, go in and then figure it out as you go through everything. That would probably be the best advice I could give.
All right, thank you.
No problem.